Okay, this training video is going to be on using the Mini Edge program, which is basically a form view, kind of replaces the C-Edit dialog. So the pencil right here is lets me pull up Mini Edge. So then it's asking me to select a piece of something, a beam in this case. I can go back and run it again and select pipe. So any CADWorks object, it pulls up the Edge Edit dialog. Okay. So from here, you can make changes and update that part on a case-by-case basis. You can only edit one item at a time right now. Okay. But if I wanted to, I could go in and change this to something else. Okay. So update, one item updated. If I go back and select that item again, there's the change. Okay. So as soon as I start typing in a field, notice it checks the box. So if I have a box checked, that field and only that field will be updated. Okay. So you can edit not only steel objects but pipe objects as well. Now another thing you can do from here is I can search. So this has an image part number in here for a flange, 16-inch, 600-pound race-faced welding flange. So if I click search, it pulls up the Edge search form. So flange, 16-inch, 600-pound, put 60, and race-face welding, and search. This is a special material that wasn't listed. That's why it had 3 question marks in the description right here. But let's say we just wanted to use a standard SA105 flange. I can click that, double click, and it inserts. You'll see it's updated the item number and it's checked it. It's also updated a short description and long description. I'm not sure why it didn't check that, but maybe a bug. We'll have to check on that. Alright, so then I hit update. One item updated. So now if I go and run Mini Edge on that item again, you can see the changes are in there. Okay. One last thing, I've drawn in a shape here. This is a solid. Okay. If I go and select that solid, it says it's basically letting me generic attach to this item. So I can notice that that was not a CADWorks entity. So if I want to, I can go ahead and generic attach to it. The center of gravity, if I want, I can use the geometric center of gravity. So it's going to look at the properties of this, find the geometric center of gravity of this item, and it's going to place the CG of this component at that point. If I wanted to, I could say let me choose, and I could literally go and select a node or something. You need something probably to click on. But in most cases, probably use geometric center is what you want to do. By default, it's going to go to put it on a spec called GNR for generic. If I wanted to, I could also select any of the specs that are set up for this job in the spec folder. And lastly, I can select piping, or I can select steel. If I select piping, it's going to basically put this in as a pipe component. So anything that is going to be unit of measure of each, you'll want to select piping. So at this point, it goes right to the form, and I can type information in, or at this point I could go and do a search, and let's just pick a flange just for the heck of it. Alright, so I'm going to call that a 1-inch flange. All of that data should be checked. Again, I'm going to have to look at that. But now if I hit update, as far as CADWorks is concerned and as far as Edge is concerned, that object that we just drew in is now a CADWorks plant object with the description and part number that I searched for and inserted. Okay. Let's do that one more time, and in this case I'm going to do a search, and I'm going to use the geometric center again, and I'm going to pick steel, and in this case I'm not going to mess with anything, I'm just going to hit update. But if I run edge, regular edge on it, not mini edge, you'll notice that I've got two items. I've got tagged only select, there we go. So I've got two items. One item is an S generic, which is steel, and one item is generic. So that that lets me attach the information in either of those forms. Okay, thank you. Any questions?